Hey, how's it going? I'm George. I'm the founder of Clear Ads, and today I'm going to talking. I'll be talking to you about selling on Amazon and why it's important to do a market analysis before you delve into anything to do regarding PPC or finding a product or doing anything on Amazon. This is really important. This is something you should really consider, and I just got a few points I want to go through with you today. So, So, firstly, what is it and why would you do it? So, a market analysis is just a detailed examination of a specific market in the industry. So, if you're looking to go into a certain type of product or category on Amazon, it's really good that you understand these few things listed. So, you can have the best product design ever, but if you've not done a market analysis and you don't, and actually these are all working against you, it doesn't matter how good your product is, it won't work. To give you one extreme example, there was one particular client that we took on. She just launched on Amazon. She didn't know what she was doing, this brand owner. And after 45 days, she was hitting a solid five figures a month in sales with 205-star reviews. She just happened to go into a market where there was no competition. And that's just one extreme example. So at that point for her, there were no competitors. So there was nothing to compare in terms of the strengths and weaknesses. The product was different, as it is very unique, and there was strong demand for that particular product. So that's just a few examples of some of the boxes she ticked here. So firstly, you do want to look at the strengths and weaknesses of your competitors. Are you dealing with a whole range of seasoned Amazon sellers, or are you dealing with those who don't know really what they're doing and it's just starting off? Some categories are going to be a lot more fierce than others, especially when you're considering kind of supplements. So that's something to bear in mind. And also, does your product look different? There's no point you just mimicking someone else's product, having a similar price, and expecting to see some good results. And they're going to obviously have an upper hand because they've got a good volume of sales over a period of time. They're also going to have a number of reviews, which you won't have at the start. So it's really important that you do something to stand out. This could be as straightforward as just the image, right? You could be putting something unique in place to make your product stand out. We had one extreme example of a client where we suggested he just put a ribbon on one of their products to make it a giftable item during this Christmas season. Sales rocketed just because they were the only one that did that. Market trends too. So if it looks like that market is oversaturated or the demand in terms of traffic is declining, do you really want to enter that space? So again, that touches into market demand. So you want to look at the market demand, and then lastly, but by all means not the least important, is the conversion rate. You want to see, okay, how what does a good conversion rate look like within this particular category? And that's going to vary from one to the other. So you can't benchmark your products in different categories and expect them to perform depending on a conversion rate. You need to look at it kind of on a market level, on a macro level, and see, okay, overall, if the conversion rate is 15 within a particular category and you're getting a conversion rate of 20, then you're definitely in the right track. And you definitely know you started off well. If the conversion rate is 35, in a particular category and you're coming in at 25, and that's not good. That's why it's really important to understand this information and understand, okay, where is your product? Where do you need your product to sit within this particular category for you to deem it as a success? Fortunately, there's so many tools out there right now which help aid us when you're doing research and you're looking at the market to analyze, okay, what to enter. So the one particular tool that I'm going to be focusing on for most of this video is the Product Opportunity Explorer. And we do also have category insights and brand analytics, which are built into Amazon, right? This isn't external companies' tools trying to get information from Amazon. No, this is built into Amazon. This is raw data this is raw first party data, which you can use to your advantage. But then you also can go outside the box, look at Google Trends for certain searches, for types of products, types of problems people are having to see is it on a upward trajectory or is it on a downward trajectory? And you can do the same with Google Keyword Planner. You do need to have access to a Google account to do that, but again, that is an option. That is something you can look into. And something I've been playing around with a lot is Ahref and also SEMrush. They're really good SEO tools to really understand what kind of questions people are asking. I'm sure there's a lot more than that, but that's kind of where I've been kind of delving into to understand kind of what the search engines are doing. Helium 10 is an obvious no-brainer, but Helium 10's competitor Seller Sprite has some incredible information that you can also leverage on your competitors. It's not like the most accurate, but it does give you good indications in terms of what sales they're doing. And lastly, but not least, you've got Data Rover. And we use this when we're actually tracking keywords to see what the average conversion rates are. So you've got all these useful tools that we can use. But for now, like I said, I'm going to focus on Product Opportunity Explorer. So let's get started. So everyone has access to this. And you can see here, like if you all you need to do to access it is click on go to top left, scroll down to growth, and then go to Product Opportunity Explorer. I know I haven't hidden this. This is like one of my brands that no longer exists. So do what you want with it. I don't care. Anyway, if I go into the search by keyword or ASIN, I've just put in golf balls, right? So you can then look at um, what what Amazon deem as customer needs. So they segment into the products into a whole range of different kind of categories here for you, and then it clusters together the top search terms for that particular type of term, that particular customer need, as they call it, for that product. So you can see here this useful information. Now, before we move into looking into this, you can actually go a step further and you can start to filter the results. So if you want to look at products that have an average unit sold, or you want to look at those who have a minimum price of, let's just say, $20, $30, you can do that here. So you can mess with that. And then you can look at kind of volume changes as well. Now, if we come out of that, one thing I did actually forget to mention is you can, if I go to where do I need to go? If I go to Product Explorer, let me go back there. And then if I go here, I can show you actually it's opened up to a whole range of new marketplaces now than it did a while back. So this is definitely something to consider if you're not just in the UK, US, and I think Germany and France. That's where it was before, but now it's opened up to Sweden, Poland, Belgium, Netherlands, and also Japan. So take advantage. It's a really useful tool. So, okay, so what do we look at here? Okay, so the first thing you want to look at is the total number of clicks over a year, over 630 days. Or what is the potential traffic volume that you are likely to get? So you can see golf balls, for example, there's 22 million searches for these particular terms in a year. It shows you that actually there's that many searches being made in a year of people who are willing and wanting to buy this product, right? So there's a very good demand. So that's the first thing to look at, right? Now, the second thing, and this is probably one of the most important places to find this useful information, is what level of growth is there within golf balls? So you can see here over the past 180 days, there's been a 69% increase in searches on Amazon, which is a very, very strong growth, right? Now, it has dropped down 28%. This is only because this is being filmed in December, so there's going to be people searching for more Christmassy products. So, and you can see this by one of the products I was looking at earlier, actually. So there's one that actually picked up quite a bit. Can't see it now. It's not showing up for this particular searches, but there was one that was more Christmas themed golf balls that was appearing, and actually it got quite a lot of searches. Yeah, it's not showing up at the moment. What have I done wrong? Anyway, it was there. You're gonna have to trust me. But you can see here, look, personalized golf balls, custom golf balls, personalized golf balls for men. That's seen an increase in traffic over this period, and this is kind of primarily because it's a nice gift to get. So you've got golf balls, but then if you scroll down to, let's say, golf ball stamp, where you can personalize the golf balls, I mean, you can see again good growth here. Not as much as golf balls, but this could be a really decent niche to get into. So what we could do now is we can actually go to the next step. Actually looked at golf balls here, didn't I? Right, let me do that again. Let me go and look at golf ball stamps instead. Golf ball stamp. So if we look at golf ball stamp, okay, so now you can see actually all of the products within the space, right, and what they've done in terms of click count, right? So there's a few useful bits of information to look at here. So the one thing to look at is the click share compared to total ratings, right? So if you see that this is one extreme example that actually someone with a decent click share doesn't have that many ratings, right? And they got a good click share, it shows you that this particular category isn't sensitive to ratings, right? They're not really too fussed on ratings. So this is a really positive sign, right? That's the first thing you want to look at. The second thing you want to look at is price, right? So again, you can see here this there's products here with a very strong click share, but at varying prices. So if you notice, only those that have a high those that have a high click share have the cheapest price, and you know it's price sensitive, and there's kind of makes it slightly more difficult for you to go into this particular type of product. So that's something to bear in mind. Now, if this is primarily branded, like heavily strong brands, then obviously this doesn't matter, right? It doesn't really matter what the total ratings are. It doesn't really matter what price they're on. They're going to have kind of their brand kind of ensure that they get that click share. So you wouldn't factor that in. So if you see some well-known brands under the product titles here, then I would take this information with a pinch of salt. Okay, so that's that. And now we can move into search terms. So when you're launching into, especially if it's a brand new account, you're not going to have access to search query performance reports. So this is kind of the next best thing, because it's going to give you information about the main search terms within a particular niche, and you're going to get click share information and the conversion rates as well for those particular searches. So this is a really good place to kind of give you an idea of what to expect in terms of traffic. Now, this next bit is what I really like. So I mentioned earlier about kind of those products that are heavily kind of brand focused. So the like kind of brands are really kind of taking more of the market share. This is somewhat the case here as well, because you can see here the top 5 brand click share shows that 62% of the top 5 sales come from the top 5 brands. So anything over 50% shows that actually it's going to be quite hard to break into this, because they're going to, they're going to have their brand strength behind them. And so anything below 60% is what you're looking for. And also you want to look at the top 5 products click share. So if you're seeing here, like again, this is under 50%, so there's a potential for you to get in. Now, something else to bear in mind, and this is another thing to consider when entering a market, is you want to look at the number of new products launched over the last 180 days. So in this particular example, there were 15 products launched, right? Now, out of those 15, 6 of them were successful. So that's a decent ratio of products. And by success, we mean more than 50,000 in sales over the past 30 days. So again, you're getting a good idea. If you're seeing the number of successful launches over 50%, very, very good opportunity for you to jump into this marketplace. And again, this is all Amazon information, which you can take advantage of, and it's at your disposal. So the average rating review, look at that. This is the next bit, is kind of gauging your competitors. Who are you dealing with? Are they seasoned sellers, brands, or are they kind of those who are just getting in? So you can see here, the average review rating is 3.98, right? So there's definitely scope to do something here. In terms of out of stock rate, this is fairly low. So this shows actually that they keep a good track of their inventory. So lots of very useful information about the market that you could be looking at here to figure out whether it's a right move. when you do these searches again and again and again, you'll start to see these opportunities kind of stand out more. This is a really good exercise, especially if you're going to be launching and bringing out products often. This is something we see with the brands we work with. Those who succeed and do well on Amazon, they're constantly launching new products. This is something you're going to have to do. And if you're using tools like this, you're going to have a good success rate when launching these products, and it's going to keep you keep your brand growing on Amazon. So that's that. Is that to bear in mind? And then trends. I really like this page. So trends gives you an insight of search volume again. It allows you to see, okay, is there anything to bear in mind in terms of spikes throughout the year? Is this a seasonal product? Is it on an upward trajectory? Is it declining? And then you've got the average price too. What's been going on there? Have Chinese sellers got into the market and into this particular product and brought the price down? This has happened to a number of our clients now. So this is something you can see before you put your money into investing into different products. You can also look at the conversion rates. Have they been improving? Have they been declining? You can see they've been very steady. This is a very good indication. Let's just take a look at what else we have here. They're the main things. They're the main things I wanted to show you. So let's just put brand count back on there. And then these are some new extra features that this tool has come out with. So I really like this bit. So purchase drivers. So you can see here all of the positive feedback. So if I click on this, right? Um, okay, no, this is what I was looking at earlier. No, sorry, this isn't it. I was looking more at customer review insights. So it clusters them into certain topics, right? So you can see the main focus on the positive reviews is the quality. So quality is something that's mentioned quite a lot amongst all the reviews. Then second is ease of use, right? And then it's the graphic quality, right? So this is something to bear in mind. This is all the positive attributes. So when you're doing kind of the adjustments with your manufacturer to the products, this is definitely a really good place to get your information and your research on your consumers. So again, negative, you can see print quality. This seems to be a big issue. So if you were to come into this product and create stamps for golf balls, then you're going to have to try and find someone that can actually really put together a good stamp that's going to last. It's not going to fade away and stick on golf balls, and is durable. So that's definitely the first thing here you can see. Cheaply made, not worth the money. The value for money. That's the second issue that a lot of people are having. So if you can increase the quality or actually have a much lower price product, then you're probably going to kind of stand out. But yeah, this is the voices of concern. These are the cries from your potential consumers here. If you take this information and actually use it, it can really work towards your advantage. This is information sellers did not have a few years ago. So even though the level of competition is increasing on Amazon, there's so much more opportunity here because you're able to actually leverage information you never would have had access to in the past. It's very specific to certain types of products to work towards your advantage. And then returns, it just shows you the types of topics where you see the highest return. So print quality is a big one. So if you're going to go into this, you really need to make sure the ink you use is of high quality, and it sticks and it stays durable to the golf balls. So I hope you can understand and see that actually having more of a macro approach before you go into any product and being data driven and focused on what actually the market is telling you is so important. And you can use tools like this to really evaluate whether it's worth your while entering the market. I hope you found this useful. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.